Understand this. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. We had a very interesting time in our conversation last week, and we were naming our Mount Rushmores of comedy.
Oh yeah,
remember that? And so when I think of who's winning in COVID, you know what I'm saying? I always say, who's winning, who's losing? I just want to know who's winning. When I tell you people, I was able to hit up somebody who had been heavily on my mind ever since I left his LA show at the Forum. And not only that, to know his special hadn't even aired yet on Netflix and knew it was coming. And to also be one of the good guys in the game and a Gemini brother with about 5 or 6 comedy specials under his belt so far. Making our bones on Chelsea lately back in the day. The man is sitting right next to me, and his name is Jo Koy. I'm trying to give better intros than Steve Harvey.
That was good.
Yes.
better than Steve Harvey.
That made me feel good.
I was designed to because it's facts.
When you were saying that, I was like, who is sitting next to me?
Man, Jo Koy.
Who is the other guest?
He is Genie. He is. If you're a fan of stand-up comedy, his reach now is beyond the game, and he's winning. And he's winning. His social media game is on point. I love his videos. I love his stand-up snippets, and his special one after the other is just as fire. He's winning in COVID, and that's Jo Koy, man. How you feel?
Man, I'm good. Thank you.
Absolutely.
You know what sucks, man?
Welcome.
Well, thank you. You know what's crazy is right before COVID, I did the Forum. You came, and there was 2 of them. And I remember Staples. This is funny to even talk like this, but Staples and Forum were kind of like bidding for me, like to bring my show there.
Clap. Yeah.
So they were like, bro. So there was kind of like this little thing where they were like coming after me, right? Because I knew solid we were going to get 2 shows no matter what. And Forum went all out. The Forum called and they were like, come see Elton John. By the way, this is Elton John's retirement.
Wow.
So it's his last show, Forum in LA ever. This is the last one. So it was beyond sold out. Tickets were like, I don't know, $1,000 on the internet to get. And the Forum was like, we'll get you a couple of box seats. They gave us 4 seats. This is on the house. Just come through the back, experience it, see how we'll take care of you, Mr. Koy. And we walked in, royalty just walked us right to our seat. They had someone bringing us drinks, and I'm watching Elton John. I'm going crazy because he's smashing. Right. And not only that, the vibe and the energy in that room was so like iconic. Like I felt like I felt like this is where, like I was in the audience when Magic threw the ball and pointed at the clock. Right. You know what I mean? And no one knew why he threw the ball until he pointed at the clock. You're like, oh, that's why you're Magic Johnson. Or
the right sky hook off of Larry Bird at the Garden. I was there. Certain moments we all remember.
And then we were walking down the hallway and it says James Brown, AC/DC, Motley Crue, Jackson 5, Janet Jackson. And it's all painted on the wall. And that's the moment where I go, yeah, I need to be here. This is where I need to be. Yeah. Like I need to make my mark here.
Absolutely.
This is where it's where Kobe won his first, wasn't it his first championship was at the Forum, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
So it's like, yeah, of course. So I made that decision. Elton John was that decision. And then literally a month later, I'm only telling you this because you said that, but a month later, the Polestar comes out with, top 10 global touring acts in the world, right? And number 1 was Elton John. Number 2 was like Celine Dion, and it's like Blake Shelton and Mark Anthony. Like it's a crazy list. And then number 10 was Jo Koy. And I was like, there it is. Wow, dude. I was like, wow. I couldn't believe it, man.
Do you can I be real with you?
Yeah.
Do you feel sexier?
I do.
Be real.
No, I feel like this is the best I've ever felt about myself mentally and physically.
Yes.
Ever, I swear. It's crazy.
Does the millions make it easier?
The millions makes you very confident. I feel still. You said it. I didn't say it. Brother, I'm just repeating what you said.
I said be real. You ain't got to apologize. Yeah. Be real because I want to know. I'm asking because I feel like, Joe, when I tell you, I can't tell you how proud I am. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Before me right now, I got one of my good friends in comedy. I mean, we pretty much started at the same time, I think, and just came up together. For a very long time,
Yes.
I thought he was a black comic. All I saw him was in the black rooms. I said, he got to be light-skinned.
So funny.
So I want to say 1,000%, I'm sitting with the man, the myth, the legend, for all you young cats who want to know how to do stand-up comedy and do it the right way and get to a great point in your life and your career and in your mental stability. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jo Koy.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. So this is against the law with COVID.
What we
this
doing?
many people?
Yes. Yes, it is,
Yeah.
my brother. But we were saying that earlier. We were saying if, man, me and your boy Jacob was talking, we were like, the governor of California, very smooth dude.
Yeah.
But very democratic.
Very democratic.
But then Jacob just told me he shut down all the wineries except his own.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm like,
so very
what?
right
So,
when he
yeah.
plays left.
Brother, I said, you know what? You can be ruthless
Yeah.
and good looking and charming
Yeah.
and subvertly a freaking just beast at the same time.
Yeah.
And still care about people.
Yeah. Yeah.
We like him because he acts genuinely like I care about you.
Yeah. But then, but to do something like that is, that's the greed taking over,
Absolutely.
And,
Absolutely.
And what I don't get is if you're going to play by that rule, then you should let everybody with small businesses be open as well.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I'm speaking like that is because I had to close my business due to COVID. And I'm not talking about stand-up. I'm talking about my restaurant.
Right.
So I'm not going to tap into Jo Koy Entertainment to save Yo J Shabu Shabu. That's just not how this works. Plus, that's illegal. You know what I mean? I'm not going to funnel my money back and forth to save something that's there's no way my restaurant can survive. Because one, now I'm getting into this. I'm sorry. I didn't know we were going to go here, but I have a shabu shabu restaurant where you have to cook in front of yourself. So we have to bring raw meat to your table. So that means 6 feet. We can't have anyone near the person that's eating. So that already cuts, because it's a bar. It's 30 people at this bar. At 40 is the most I can
big,
sit.
sexy ass Benihana.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
And what's cool, what sucks is if you do social distancing, that cuts down to 20, and now you're just acting as if I have 40 customers in there every day. I don't, when I have a full house, it's like I'm happy, and I got into the business just for fun anyways. It was a passion project, but what I don't understand is I have people that work there that depend on me, and that's their livelihood.
Right.
And I felt so bad because, I didn't want to close it, but there's no way. I'm crippled. There's no way. Even with the loan that they were going to give me to help, I was like, first of all, I don't want the loan because I can afford to do it. I can afford to stay open. I don't want to take money from the state.
He can afford it.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
But then again, because to me, it's like it's a double. It's like this. I don't want to take from Jo Koy Entertainment to keep a bar open that I could have just done on its own. And I don't want to take from the state because there's people that really need that money.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then
Right.
have you seen what type of loan they're giving these people?
Absolutely.
It's awful.
I got 2. And I feel bad. I feel
Oh, really?
horrible.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. No, Listen, Finesse. I'm not saying it's bad that people take it. I'm glad you take it because you deserve it. What I'm saying is the system in place for them to pay back is ridiculous.
Right. Nobody's going to pay back these loans.
No one's going to pay it back.
Gonna pay back
it's
this money.
virtually impossible. It's going to be 100% interest on this thing. By the time you pay it off, they give you $40,000, you pay back $90,000. Like, what is that?
Right.
It's stupid. It's all stupid. So I felt bad that I had to let this restaurant go, but
Oh, now see that you didn't say that part.
I had to.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I had to let it go. There's no way I can survive. There's no way. Even if, look again, they closed it down. They closed down restaurants. I can't do takeout. We don't have takeout. You have to cook inside.
Right.
So there's nowhere to I can't even survive that. I'm sorry. This is a depressing pod. Let's talk about my cleanse. Okay, I'm on a cleanse.
Did you get the gift we got for Joe?
Yeah, right here.
You promise?
I brought you some pecans.
Don't do this, man. Fuck you, man. Can I curse?
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. That'll be my last curse word.
You can curse. Just don't say the N-word.
So I'm in love with almonds.
Yes.
I love almonds. One of the best.
do I.
One thing that I love. One thing that I loved about this business is an almond farmer that worked for Blue Diamond. Like he supplies Blue Diamond.
Great brand.
Great brand.
Yes.
He is an almond farmer, him and his girlfriend, and all they do is listen to podcasts.
Right.
And because he's picking almonds all day. And he came to like 3 of my shows. And then finally on like the 3rd time he came through my VIP, he goes, I all I do is listen to your pods and your stand up while I get almonds and stuff. I go, bro, I love almonds. He goes, yeah, I work for Blue Diamond. Like I sell all my almonds to Blue Diamond. I go, dude, I love Blue Diamond. He goes, I will send you every flavor.
I was just about to say that.
Bro, he sent me flavors they don't even sell in the store.
Hey, what don't they sell?
Man, I can't even make them up. I saw sriracha. They had garlic. They had just all these. I can't even name them all. There were so many names. The only ones I know of is habanero, salt and vinegar, smoky.
Yes.
Smoky.
Wow.
Yes.
Smoky.
Now, my wife works for the Wonderful Company, and they also make...
Wait, for Blue Diamond?
It's called the Wonderful Company. They
Oh,
own
the
all
Wonderful Company.
The company is called the Wonderful Company.
Okay, that's a tricky company because I thought you were just saying my wife works for a wonderful company.
Oh, no. She works for the
And
Wonderful
then I was like, what's the name of it? Tell me the name of this wonderful company and let us decide if that's really what they are.
They make pistachios. They make Cuties oranges. They make Justin's wine. They make food. They make Fiji water. Well, I got 7-Eleven right now. They make Fiji water. So it's this dude, man, billionaire farmer. But one of his brands is called Pistachio. So when you go to the airport, you see
I
those
love pistachios. The green pistachios.
Yeah, when you see that, that's their brand.
Okay, didn't bring those home.
Bro, she brings home flavors, and I'm like,
yes,
it's like crack. I'll be the man in the street. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I understand what you're talking about. It's something about me and late night snacking because I'm always up normally. Yeah, in between 11:30 p.m. and then 3 a.m. I'm up.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's just in my DNA right now.
Yeah, me too.
If my lady go to sleep at 10 something. Yeah. It's really boring for me to just sit there knowing that I'm up. Yeah. So
you got to eat.
I raid the pantry. You know what I mean?
I do too.
Every piece of thing that I did that day to help me get in a little bit better shape, it went away with an Oreo.
Yeah, at 2 o'clock in the morning.
And sometimes you can't say, hey, Finesse, don't put that shit in your pantry. I got kids. So it's certain things they actually love. It's my bad. I introduced them to certain things because I wanted to be a great dad, but I didn't know we were going to be quarantined. So now I'm in the house with not the regular Oreo, the mint green Oreo. They got a new one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
So it's
I'm still stuck to, by the way, with Oreo, they make thins now. So it makes you feel healthier. You just eat twice as much.
Right.
To get that, because every time you eat it, you're like, I didn't get as much filling on that one, so I need to get another one.
You need something psychologically
to
make you feel like you're doing better.
I love it, man.
Joe,
yes.
What was your first television appearance?
My first television appearance was BET's Comic View.
BET's Comic View.
Yeah.
Also mine.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
Which one? Mine was with Gary Owen, the season after Cedric left.
Okay, mine was with Ricky Smiley.
Oof.
I started a little bit
in Atlanta.
Earlier, in Atlanta.
That's when they made the move from LA to Atlanta. That was a good season, man.
Yeah,
God,
man.
Ricky was
great.
I don't think people understand how amazing Ricky was. He was so beautiful to watch. He was a master at his craft, and he was one of those guys when he walked on stage, you looked at him and went, man, he's been doing it for a minute. And then when he starts talking, you're like, yeah, he's been doing it for a minute. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like he came out with the tie. He'd do the dances. You remember
his Q Dog?
His Q Dog. I love that, man.
When you see why certain people are super successful in our business, and you saw Ricky at BET Comic View in 99, 2000, you're like, oh, he just needs to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because he's fine.
Yeah.
And I think as comics, sometimes we so busy looking across at each other.
Yeah.
Just work your brand, I feel like there was a shift in your stand-up when you went from urban shows and basically you was looking for stages.
Yeah.
And wherever it's quicker to get on.
I'm gonna tell you why I did that though.
Because I've seen you do material in front of a black crowd and be like, let me tweak this and that. And then come back like the next Tuesday on Black Night and boom. And then it's on to the next group of people and on to the next demographic of people. And before you know it, it's like, I didn't hear you talking to like, where are my Filipino people at?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden one year it was just like, let me embrace this. Or is somebody forget this is a huge audience. And I feel like, bro, just watching you from the sideline, I said, Joe is out of here because now people have a superhero.
Yeah.
And we already knew he was funny. So it's just
you.
all of a sudden the audiences are merging. I went to, when I say people, because I'm a huge fan of stand-up comedy, and our good friend Tisha Campbell said Joe, gave her free tickets to his forum show.
Oh shit!
And I immediately was like, wow, that motherfucker didn't even tell me he was at the forum. Like, no, but I'm like, all right, cool. I gotta be there. I gotta go. I want to see it. It was when I see people talking about I'm on the road and I do a show, and then I see you do your show, I'm like, no, some people just on the road and doing shows. Jo Koy does a show.
Yeah, the production.
Joe, the freaking intro screen, and just what came out of your mind to put everything together. The stand-up is already tight. The crowd work is tight. Then it has a theme where you end it with Boys to Men, but not necessarily you doing the joke maybe 35 minutes in, you ending the show with a callback of Boys to Men, and then fucking bring Boys to Men on stage. Who does that? What kind of he cheating?
And he's singing.
And he's singing. Boy,
he's light skinned, basically.
Boy, you are Jamie Foxx in another shade. I'm telling you are so fucking talented, bro. And then if you've never seen a Jo Koy show, his 2 stand-up specials on Comedy Central, beast. But then please tell us just that Seattle special.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, to make that jump, did Netflix even want you? Because
they didn't want it.
We always say, hey, how we get on Netflix?
Yeah.
How did you do it?
So I was 26 years into stand-up, and I was already, Finesse, I was killing the road.
Mm-hmm.
26 years in.
I remember.
And
remember when I came to saw you, and I saw you in Denver? We had Denver at the same time.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, and when I left my show and then came to your show, and your show was still letting out after we had shows at the same time, and my show was across town. So to finish my show and then go to Jo Koy's show, and it's just the people are still in the building, and our show started at the same time. So we were supposed to be done at the same time.
Yeah.
And I had time to drive all the way across town. I'm like, the fuck did he just do? But then he had a freaking merchandise party, and I was like, we're both headlining, but I look nothing like this. This is like, and it's amazing, man, because we hung out after, and I don't know, you're so dope and cool to be around. But you watching us during that time, and then the Seattle joint.
Well, I didn't understand why I was getting a special, but yet I'm watching Netflix and I'm seeing like 3 or 4 guys that used to open for me that have specials on Netflix, and I was just like, why are they not looking at me or even asking me?
Right.
And then they made that whole announcement that they were going to do originals. Like they were going to do Netflix originals in 2017. And I remember telling my manager, I was like, I have to be part of that. I need an original, and I want to be part of that lineup. I don't want to be on anything else. I don't want to be on 2018. I want to be on that lineup.
The ensemble.
The ensemble of 2017, all the originals that they picked for that year. And I want to be honest. So I made this huge push. I kept calling them. They were like, okay, we'll come see your act. I was selling 18 shows out in a row at every improv that I play. I could play Ontario, Irvine, Brea, all of them. Irvine, all of them. Anything that's within Pasadena, anything. I can do 18 shows in a row in the same month.
Right.
And sell it out.
Right.
Like without even, like not even waiting till the day of. It'd be literally sell out.
You got the country on lock, but you really got the West on lock.
West on lock. Man, but I can go far east too. I just did Florida. It was the same thing. And then I was doing Chicago. I was like, this is crazy. And I was like, can you guys come see this? Because we got the fan base and I know I have the hour. Right. Can you please watch this hour? And they were like, oh yeah, they kept saying they were going to come. They kept saying they were going to come. And then they would cancel. Like there was this one time I was in Irvine and they promised me they were going to come. And right around 6 o'clock, I get a phone call. Yeah, they're not going to make it. And I'm just like, what do I have to do?
What does Robbie Praw have to do?
Yeah, no, this wasn't Robbie.
It wasn't?
This wasn't Robbie. That's I got to make sure this is out there because I love Robbie Praw.
I love Robbie too.
And I love Joanne, you asshole.
Robbie Praw's the man.
Robbie Praw's the man, especially for you and I.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, he has a lot to do with Finesse and I, JFL, everything. So, but anyways, I was just like, yo, what do I have to do? I swear to God, Finesse, I even told my manager, we'll get a private jet and fly him to San Francisco. Because I was doing 17 shows at Cobb's Comedy Club, so I had to be there for 2 weeks.
Do we have any sound effects in that damn thing? Do we have one sound effect? No, not that. Just play all of them. Just hit all of them.
Yeah, that is the worst sound effect.
Yeah, that is the
I'm
worst.
going to fly them on a private jet. Hit that one. No, not that one.
Not that one.
Not that one.
Give them one.
Yeah, I'm going to fly them out on a private jet. But it was out of fuel. So, but no, and the reason why, and I'm only saying this, I'm not trying to floss. I'm just saying, man, what do I have to do? Come see me. If I can't get you to come to Irvine and you're in downtown, you're in LA, dude, just come. I will get a private jet. Because time is of the essence. You know what I mean? Right. I need to make this move. Mm-hmm. So I will get a private jet, fly to San Francisco. We'll have a limo waiting for you, drive you to Cobb's, watch my set, get back in the limo, go back into the plane, and fly back to LA. You'll be done. You'll be back in your bed before midnight. That was my whole point. Please, just see this out. I need this on Netflix.
Let me interrupt this story real quick. Sometimes as comics, we figure out what we're doing wrong just by listening. And I found out me sending Robbie Praw an aisle seat on Delta and telling him a Uber Black will pick him up from LAX and drive him to Ontario. I just realized where I went wrong.
Yeah, that was way wrong. That was okay. Really bad.
Go ahead, sir. Finish your story.
So anyways, they turned down that offer, bro. And literally, this is maybe the 5th time they turned me down. And I was just like, yo, what do I got to do? And then we get a call that they were like, we're going to go ahead and pass, and we'll look at you in 2018 for whatever. You know what I mean? We're going to pass because our roster is full for 2017. This is the one where they had everybody. You know what I'm talking about. It was it was stacked. This is Jerry Seinfeld's back. Chris Rock's back. Everyone's back.
Huge bags.
Huge bags. Chappelle, everybody. So everyone was in this year, and I'm like, I have to be on this one. And my manager just looked at me and he was like, you got the money. Just shoot it. Mm-hmm. Just shoot it yourself. And I was so mad, man. Right. I was mad that I had to do I had to do this just for them to look at it. Right. But without, because by the way, if I shoot it, it's still a no. They made sure to say that because we told them that we're going to shoot it. And they were like, I'm glad you're shooting it, but it's still a no. So yeah, because I get it because they're like, we're not going to have you invest and then feel obligated. We need to tell you that it's a no, but go ahead and make it and we'll look at it. Right. So we shot it.
That's smart on their part.
Yeah, 100. And
give you a quick no. Now go spend your money, and let's see if you're still going to go spend your money.
Yeah,
you spent your money.
I spent my money, and I remember my manager was like, we'll just shoot it at the Improv. I'm like, bro, if we shoot at the Improv. You think that's a Netflix original? Right. No. We got to make it look like a Netflix original. Let's go all out. So we did it at the Moore Theater. I shot everything. Now, Finesse, everything. Yeah. When I say everything, I paid for everything. The lighting guy, the logo behind me. I rented out that building 2 shows. Every camera. I remember we bought the most expensive cameras. My directors, Shannon and Michelle. Everything, man. And I'll tell you off camera how much I spent. It was a lot. But when I was performing that night, when you watch Live from Seattle on Netflix, you'll see me smiling. But dude, I am broke. I'm financially 26 years is gone. Right. Everything invested in that special.
And that night. Wow.
That night. I remember on the second tape, because we shot 2 that night. And I remember in between shows, I looked at my agent. I go, man, this is bullshit. Seriously?
In between shows?
Yeah. I was so mad. Because I was like, what the fuck, bro? Because they were all like, yo, you killed it. And I'm like, yeah, but this is bullshit. Why do I have to pay for this? Why? And they were like,
standing ovation, walks off. And said, "This is no." I get what.
No,
you're
but
saying.
I was just frustrated.
I get what you're saying.
I didn't feel like I deserved it. But you choose your own destiny, right? everyone gets obstacles, right? Like some get more than others, but it's like you choose. Like, are you gonna let that obstacle block you, or are you gonna walk around that obstacle and keep going forward, right? Like, I had a huge obstacle and I had to walk around it, and I had to understand that. And I knew that what I had was amazing. Right. I had to believe in it, and I had to invest in it.
That was my pause though. Right after that standing ovation, I would have been thinking about, I don't need the second one. But your mind went right back to business because you were wearing all hats that night. Instead, you just couldn't enjoy the performance of it because it wasn't presented to you the right way, where you could take advantage of it the right way and just really. But when I tell you, man, that shit was so dope. I mean, you know what I mean?
That was my everything. That Live from Seattle was my best set ever. And I remember that opening line where I said, elevate the beat. I made that up on the spot, like on the fly. And I remember when I was doing that, in my head, I'm like, I fucking got these people.
Right.
I got them right now. I had them in the palm of my hand, and it was over with. And I remember when we were done, I was like, when we were finished it, because, you know, I cut it myself too. So I sat in the editing bay and I cut that thing up. And then, and I remember we were shopping it around, and I just looked at, Frank, my agent, and I was like, can you, and Matt, and I go, just bring it in, man.
Right.
Just bring it in. Like, and we brought it in, and 6 months later, they said, we're going to put it in the 2017 roster.
That's a long 6 months though.
It was a year.
It was a year before.
It was a year before they even said anything. Because November, I made the decision to shoot. No, October of 2016, I made the decision to shoot it. And then we got it to them in not 2006, 2015 October, I decided to shoot it. And then 2016, we got it in their hands in April.
Right.
And then November of 2016 is when they finally said, well, they signed the paper and wrote us the check. And then March 2017 is when they gave me the date. They gave me the prime spot too.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you deserved it.
Thank you, man.
Congratulations. Absolutely, brother. He started out on BET's Comic View, people. Yeah. One of his first TV appearances.
You know how I got Comic View?
How?
Do you remember Bo P?
Hell yeah.
You remember Bo P?
Absolutely.
He was like a Comic View legend.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like I was so addicted to Comic View. Like you remember they throw the repeats on. And,
who are your favorite? Maybe your favorite four? Like who?
For hosting?
Just from that era. That the comics in that era.
Bro, there were so many that were so good, but. Oh my God!
I loved said.
Well, yeah, you said. I thought you were talking.
I said your favorute four. Like
okay, yeah, no, but host it would be said. It would be DL for sure. You know what I mean? And then Ricky.
Yes.
God, who else, man? You remember J. Anthony Brown?
Yeah.
You remember?
Jay's funny as shit, bro. You remember that bullshit when they let Gary Owen host beat? No, I'm just fucking.
Stop it. Gary Owen was mine. Gary Owen was mine. I remember when Gary looked at me backstage. He goes, "How do I say your name?" I go, "Jo Koy." He's like, "Jo Koy?" I go, yeah, Jo Koy.
Yeah, that's it, Gary. That's it. Just Jo Koy.
Yeah, just Jo Koy.
Don't try to Asian it up. It's just Jo Koy.
So this is how I got it. You ready?
Yeah.
I've told this story a million times. This was the best. If you ever want something in life, just get it, okay?
Right.
Quit sitting and acting like it's not coming to you. So sometimes you got to go get it, okay? So I was working at a dolphin habitat at the Siegfried and Roy Secret Garden at the Mirage Hotel. I was a tour guide, Finesse.
Okay.
And there was this one girl that was a tour guide, and she's like, you know, BET on the road is here. She's like, you need to go, because I was already doing stand-up. I was doing all these like shows that I was like a promoter for my own shows. And she was like, you know, BET on the road is here. You should go. And I was like, all right, where's it at? Country Star. Country Star was like a Motown Cafe or a Planet Hollywood, but it was for country singers.
Okay.
Which made no sense.
Right. BET will find a location.
Why did you go to Country Star and not Motown Cafe? It's just more of a fitting, you know what I mean? It's more fitting. But they went to the Country Star. I'm not going to question them. I just remember saying Country Star. And then I drove home, got my suit. I didn't even shower. You know, it was 110 degrees. Tour guiding.
No joke.
Yeah. And I went home to grab my suit. And I didn't even shower. I put that on. No AC in my Prelude. Grabbed this fake resume that I made on Word whatever it's called, Microsoft Word, where clip art of like the theatrical mask and stuff, and all these fake people I opened for. I swear to God, still got it. And then and I went to the front of the line because there was a line wrapped around this building, and I went right to the security guard. Security guards never help anybody.
Right.
And I go, hey, I'm a local comic. Can I talk to the promoter? I'd love to open the show if you don't mind. I handed him that resume, and he goes, I'll be right back. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I couldn't believe the security guard's gonna help me.
BET,
and
bro.
he went in and got the promoter. I still remember her to this day, Yvette Anderson. I don't know if you remember her, but she came to the door and she's like, we already have our comics, but I wish I would have had this earlier. I would, next time we come back, I'll make sure to let you open. She goes, do you want to see the show? And I go, yes. And she let me in and sat me down by the stage, and next to my seat was this big giant camera. And I remember I always wanted that camera. It was a 3-chip digital Canon. It was maroon and beige. It was like 5 Gs, and I was like, yo, they ain't fucking around here. And I was just sitting by there, and just the atmosphere.
Because they spend so much money on the location.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
You're right. And just a sea of black people. I was at home. I was like, yes, this is where I want to be, right here. And then all of a sudden, all of the comics are late. All of them.
Right.
All of them are late. And everybody in the audience is going nuts. Like, they're screaming, like, start the fucking show. Yo, it's 8:45. Where the fuck are the comics? They're going crazy. It's a madhouse.
Right.
And she walks up to me, Finesse, and she goes, do you want to do 5 minutes? Do you want to do 5 minutes? Because the comics aren't here. And I go, if you can just set that camera up and record me, I will.
Yes.
And she set the camera up.
How smart is
and
that?
I still have the footage.
I would have gave a quick yes just to be like, yes.
No,
But you
I know.
also was like,
but I wanted that
Yeah.
because it was the most amazing crowd I've ever seen. I was
Right.
like, this is what I seen on TV.
Right.
This is really BET's Comic View. Like, I was so happy.
Right.
And it was like a dream come true. Imagine
Absolutely.
watching it. And then she's setting up the camera. She's like, go to the side of the stage. And I run up to the side of the stage. They introduce me from the side, and I walk out there. I do 5 minutes Finesse.
Right.
It's like some bullshit. You know what I mean? It's like, go down. I can go down on you. Like all this dumb shit, right? And then I did Michael Jackson, and I said goodnight. And this is back in the day when they used to raise the roof Finesse.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You remember this shit? And I remember I said goodnight, and these black ladies in the front stood up and started doing this.
Right.
And then I did it back because everyone, if someone raised the roof on you, you raised it back, right? And so I'm raising the roof, and I walk off the stage, and it's Bo P and Yvette. And Bo P's like, who the fuck is this guy? You know how you can't understand anything
Right.
Bo P says?
Right.
He's like, who the fuck is this guy? And she's like, this is Jo Koy. And he's like, God damn, you funny, man. You ever been on BET Comic View? And I'm like, no, man, I love BET's Comic. You on next week. I'm going to put you on next week.
Damn.
And they flew me out that week. And next thing you know, I'm doing BET's Comic.
Damn. There it is.
That's how I got it.
Congrats on that, man. You know, me and
I remember when you got Saturday Night Live, and you were the talk of the town all over Los Angeles, because they had the auditions at the Laugh Factory, and I think it was you, JB Smooth. Oh man, there was a couple.
D-Ray,
Yeah, that's right.
Keenan Thompson.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember they were.
Kel Mitchell.
And then you got it, and everyone was talking about Finesse. Mitchell Finesse got it, and I was like, yes. And then I remember Mixed Comedy Nuts. Remember Mix?
Mixed Nuts.
Was it Mixed Comedy Nuts or Mixed Nuts Comedy?
Mixed Nuts.
Whatever, right?
Yeah.
And and I was at Mixed Nuts the following week after you got it. And I remember looking at you like, this is about to be the biggest star in the world. I was like, yo, this dude's life is about to change. I was saying it to myself.
Thank you, man.
Because I was like, God damn, this dude just got, like, it's legend. Like, you got Saturday Night Live, and I just remember looking at you, and I said, yo, congratulations. You're like, oh, thanks, man. And then you went up, and I was like, God damn, he's good looking too. So it's really gonna take off. I had a snaggle tooth. Oh man, I was like, yo, that's great. But I was so happy for you, bro. That was amazing.
I remember that. I remember.
You don't remember me.
Yes, bro.
You don't remember me there.
We did Comics Unleashed. We did.
Yep. We did JFL.
Jo Koy. There's a story that I'm telling you that is a real story. You did Black Night at the Comedy Store on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I remember it not going well.
Yes. It was so bad.
I remember that.
Do you know who went up before me?
Who?
I remember.
Who?
George Wilburn. And I remember I was so fucking mad at Gary Owen because I had Asian writers there to write about me for a magazine called Yoke Magazine. And I lived in LA. So it's a journey to get there. You know what I mean? And I remember Gary, I go, Gary, man, please. He's like, no, he's only gonna do 5. I'm like, bro.
Right.
He's not going to do 5, man. Like he's already got his suit on, bro. Like he's here.
Nobody come out the house in a suit and do 5 minutes of comedy.
And George went in. He went in on some chick. I can't remember who it was. I mean, what it was about, but he just went in and it was over with. The show was done.
Right.
And I remember Gary looked at me and he was like, you ready? I'm like, fuck no, man.
Right.
I'm going to follow George. Does anyone know George Wilburn?
Absolutely. You got to be calculating out here with who you go in front of, who you go. It's so many cats that be, I don't
especially
care who
George
I follow.
Wilburn.
I don't care who I follow. I could do it. But let me tell you something.
When George is on,
there's different styles of comedy. Not only funny, but there's different styles of comedy. So if the style, if you got to take a crowd who just listen to one style for 20 something minutes, and then you got to instantly get them with a totally different style. Yeah, and they spent. That's done after George Wilburn. You know,
I always tell that story. That's so funny that you say that. Man, people always ask me like, "What you ever have?" I'm like, "There's this one night I had." But I was there. George Wilburn.
I was there. I was in the hallway looking at you. You wasn't having a great moment, and I was like, "Bro, next week or whenever you come back here, it's all part of just the journey." Like, like you know, you don't know what to say because Lord knows I've had those moments. But if you say, "Damn, Finesse, you got Saturday Night Live," I'm getting goosebumps because I'm thinking about all those times I had those moments. And then I was like, I was ready at the right time, the right moment for the right opportunity. Your whole BET Comic View story wasn't nothing but God, because what bouncer is going to actually walk your freaking fake ass resume to a real person? Yeah. So how naive was this dude? Yeah. To be like, hey man, the dude just said he was a comedian. No.
And what security guard ever does that?
Who does that?
Who does that?
It means the journey, you're on the right journey. Because out of all the no's and all the little defeats, man, that crack that we get a chance to walk through, and you're like, I almost didn't come today. Yeah. I almost talked myself out of it. So and this crack led to this goddamn
spiderweb of opportunities.
Bro. And
100%.
And so now when you fast forward all the way to me, like walking through the Forum parking lot, and I see the dopest tour comedy bus. Shit make Bert look crazy and Tom Segura look
say that again. Say that. You heard that, Bert.
You heard it, Bert.
You heard it, Bert.
Jo Koy pocket.
So much better.
Killing your bus.
So much better. And I got a trailer full of merch.
Man, I tell you,
get out.
When you was stunting on that IG video where you had the pillows and you were like, we didn't even know you was on a jet at first because Bert was bragging about his bus. And then you tagged him, and then what was your saying? It was a modest little throwaway you were saying.
I forgot what I said.
You said something that was like a throwaway line, like I'm sorry, is this my jet?
Oh yeah,
just something real like stab, and it was just like, and then to see you go from the jet to your tour bus. See, I love the fact that cats be having fun like that in the game. Who put all that work in? And look at us now, because the game is totally shifted. Yeah, the stars are totally different. How their path is totally different. Yeah, but the hustle is the same.
It's still the same.
Some cats doing 10 videos a day. Yep, and it's some people
King
that's
Batch.
just like and it's something. Yeah, shout out to King Batch. And it's certain people whose hustle is in a different way, but they getting exposure all the same. Yeah. COVID shut down a lot of momentum. Yeah. A lot of people had momentum. A lot of people was on some great stuff.
Are you telling me?
People just like we waiting around, and now it's just like, and when you come back, it's probably not safe to do a theater. So we're going to do clubs. Yeah. Half capacity. Yeah. And then you're like, wait a minute, I just spent 5 months doing nothing, and now I'm coming back to like that. No. So all those projects, unless it's a film or television, which we should talk about,
you know what I'm not happy about? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No.
This is your show.
No.
But I don't understand why half capacity at Improv, but yet Home Depot has been at maximum capacity since the beginning of COVID.
Bro, I live in
with Home no masks.
Yes, I live in Home Depot. I can't even.
I seen one guy touch everything in Home Depot, and no one sanitized that shit.
Absolutely, man.
I saw a guy touch plywood and then grab Slim Jims.
There is no rhyme or reason for what is open and what is not open, other than
at all
close proximity.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I'm allowed to come from a bitter place because you can tell that money is definitely determining who gets to stay open. Absolutely. If you're $1 billion company like a Home Depot or a Target, please stay open and let your customers run amok. Touch the milk and the vegetables in the produce aisle, and then go buy a bathing suit.
Have a fight in aisle 3.
Yeah, have a fight in aisle 3.
Have a physical fight.
But Jo Koy, please close your shabu shabu restaurant because we don't want to spread COVID. Go fuck yourself, Target.
Man, I saw that when I saw the Vegas opening. I saw I'm so glad for just like social media. You feel like you're in somebody's back pocket a lot of times with just watching their life. And so, yeah, man, it's amazing to even like say I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna get this off the ground, and then to have it like kind of be just halted the way it by no fault of your own.
Yeah.
Like what part of the game is that? You know what I mean? Because it's just certain shit we can't even predict. And now it's to the point now it's like, I don't see no cure. I don't see nobody talking about no cure. All I know is people supposed to be working on a cure.
Yeah.
But as far as how we living, it's our own arrogance why we can't get over this shit. Because you can't tell me when all those European countries shut down, they really shut the fuck down. Mm-hmm. They had the mask, and a lot of them, we saw the people in Italy singing to each other on balconies. Like it was like people who was like, they said, do what? Stay at the crib for 3 months? Fuck it. And they did. And them some wine drinking motherfuckers. So you know they was like,
Governor Newsom's wine.
But they did it.
Yeah.
They did
Governor
it, and now
Newsom
they
was
shit is
supplying
done.
Italy with his wine.
Governor Newsom, California. Shout out to the OG, triple OG.
Yeah, triple OG.
Looking good out there in the suit.
Wine is life, bruh.
He cares about us.
He cares
bro.
about
He
you.
Cares about us. He cares. He only said that because he cares.
He only cares.
And if you know, and to make sure that we're actually safe, he can only trust his wine.
Only my wine.
That's how you know if you somebody can. If you could drink all types of brands,
it would be the Newsom brand. Newsom 2014. It's my favorite year.
COVID is respiking in Cali, and Governor Newsom is being real selective about what's open and what's not.
Newsom COVID edition wine.
Yes,
Absolutely.
COVID edition. COVID, what is it? What'd you say?
Newsom COVID edition wine.
COVID edition wine.
Finally aged during COVID.
Squeezed by hands with no gloves.
Yes, feel the cough leave your body.
Yes.
With new Newsom wine.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. COVID edition.
All grapes were placed 6 feet apart.
6 feet apart and squished.
With people with no gloves.
With no gloves and no feet.
And no feet.
No feet.
Ankle squishing.
Ankle squish.
We used the ball of the ankle to crack it like a pecan that might crack Jo Koy's back mold.
Mouth watering.
Coronavirus!
What are you doing socially, bro? Like, you got the lady at the crib. Like, where are you right now in life?
You know what's crazy?
I see your son growing like a weed, but what's going on with Jo Koy?
Okay, so when this is funny. So when they said that they were locking LA down, well, locking the world down, I got so scared that I told.
You flew in a girl.
No. So I'm divorced, right? Okay. But I moved my ex-wife 6 houses down from me. So she literally lives right next to me.
That's some rich shit.
Yeah, I had to, man, because it's like, dude, it's my son. You know what I mean? Like, I can afford it. So I want my son near his mommy, and I want to be able to just have him walk across the street if he needs to. So that's how it's been for quite some time. And when this thing happened, her boyfriend that was living in her house had a cough. Just before it happened, he started coughing, went to the hospital the night before. Mm-hmm. Then they made that big announcement. And I looked at her and I go, if you go back with him,
right,
you can't come over here because I don't know what this thing is.
Right.
So you have to make a decision. If you're going to stay with your boyfriend, then stay with him and then make sure you get checked out. And when everything clears out, then come over here and see Joe. Right. Or come over here right now and just stay with us. And this is just live with us.
Hand claps.
Yeah.
Genius.
So, yeah, because I was going to.
He did the Governor Newsom to his own ex-wife. Who cares about you? Does that other boyfriend care about you?
Yeah.
Or does this person with the COVID wine come move into my house?
Yeah.
It is the safest house on the book.
It is.
And by the way, you do love your son,
don't you? Yeah.
No, man, that's dope.
So she's been living at the house. I have a guest house. So she's been living in the.
Why you whispering?
Because I'm not trying to flaw. I don't want you because I want to make sure that it's clear that we're not in the same bed, or she's in the house.
Gotcha. I thought you was just trying to like downplay that you got a guest house.
Yeah.
No, gotcha.
But she's in the guest house.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy because she could have left a long time ago. Finesse, she hasn't fucking left.
She ain't going nowhere, bro.
She's still there. I was telling Jacob, I was like, she is still there.
Why would she leave? She got her own house.
Yeah.
And she's next to her son.
Yeah.
She can see him anytime she wants to.
Yeah.
And okay, let's be real. Have y'all ever just tripped and fell into each other's body parts?
No, we have not.
So
she's amazing. I love her to death. I'll always take care of Angie, and she's a great mom, and I love it. And my son, like right, just the way my son acts, it's like he's so fucking happy, and I see it. You know what I mean? The fact that mom and dad are on the same property,
right?
And sharing that parenting. You know what I mean? Like right now, I'm here with you, but she's there watching them. You know what I mean? So it's a beautiful thing.
There's a certain level of success that you reach in entertainment where even if you're a divorce, you want the best for that person. There's a lot of times that people just don't want that just because of still hurt feelings and just the fact that I don't like you anymore or who moves on first. No, there's a certain level of like personal growth and success. You weren't wrong. You didn't do something wrong because look how you successful. You know, look how you're playing. Because sometimes when I tell you people a comic is the worst person to date, a lot of us are not good individuals if you catch us at a certain time in our career.
Yeah.
So when you get somebody
like 30s.
Yes. If you catch a comic in his
30s and he's successful,
there is a good chance
it's not a good relationship.
You are part of so many moving parts.
Yes.
Where you think you're the whole bike.
Yeah. It's not good.
That's not good. And eventually we had that one argument where we let them know. And I've seen women do it too. Oh, he get on my nerves, you know, as far as female comics in the game, because we came up with everybody.
Yep.
But it's just you gotta be so streamlined in your life where you can make moves where the opportunity goes. And women need that stability a lot of times, or your partner. I can't even say women, just whoever you with. Yeah. If you the comic, I guarantee you dating a person that's almost working 9 to 5 or something more structured.
Yeah.
If both of y'all in entertainment, that's dumb because you broke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if we anchor somebody who really like, I got your back, and oh, by the way, you can be on my insurance. So some bullshit that we try to find where we're like, this makes sense, and I'm in love.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you reach a rock level.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, my ex-wife, will be the producer of my be the
smartest move ever.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? So that person knows you when you had crooked teeth,
right?
You know, that's Angie. Like she, like I don't think I'll ever find someone that, you know, that loved me before I am what I am now. Like now, it's so hard to date. Right. It's like you know who I am, you know what I'm worth. So it's like there's always an agenda.
So what you gonna do?
I'll date, you know what I mean? But
after the show, is it the old 30s Joe where every now and then you're like, hey, bring her?
No.
And you're saying you're single.
I'm done with that.
Okay, so now so what is your plan to actually meet somebody in a genuine?
It's like hard, dude, because they always know who I am or something, and it's like I don't know. I'm really picky now, especially now. Now it's like I really don't. I don't want to. I don't know how to say it. It's hard for me.
It's hard.
I'm very, very picky because it's like
past all that, Joe. Then you got to bring them home eventually and say, "Oh, meet my wife. She stays right there."
Yeah, that's my wife. By the way, that's
my ex-wife.
No, you can't. Your parents can't stay in the guest house because that's where my wife stays.
Still wife.
Yeah,
she's still there.
Yes, it's an ex-wife, but it's still my wife.
It's still my wife. We still coordinate our calendars together on Google Maps, and Google search, and Google everything.
Yeah, the chick that's wearing a bathrobe 24/7.
Yes,
that's my ex-wife. Yes.
Oh,
she's right there.
She's sunbathing right now. You look down on the back. Look, that's her in the yard.
Yes, that's her.
Still in shape. Yep, still looking good. Yep. But I'm in love with you. And and other than all that space, this space is our space on this side of the house. Let me tell you something, man. That's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to surround yourself at a certain part in life where you're like, I'm so content, I'm so satisfied, I'm so like happy. It allows me to focus on so many other things. It's hard to find love in comedy.
It's real hard. You ever notice when someone's being fake too, Finesse? It's like where they're trying to be fake. Not fake, but like try and act like... Where they try and act like they don't know what's going on in your career because they wanted to make it feel like it's just a genuine love.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
they try and downplay. Oh, what is that? What does that mean? Like, bitch. Hey, bitch, stop. Bitch, stop. You know what the fuck it is.
Jeannie, why are you laughing in silence? You got a mic.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I ain't gonna let you do it to them, man.
Stop, bitch. You know who Spielberg is, bitch.
Right.
Stop.
You cannot walk. Even if you Ron Howard.
Yeah.
You can't act like that ain't Opie. Don't act like you ain't watched no TV in your life.
Stop it.
Yes, it's certain people
They do that, and it's like that's the immediate turnoff. It's like, come on.
That's crazy. I did that. I swear to God, I did that with Rihanna. I swear to
You
God.
did? You tried to downplay it?
I saw Rihanna at
dumb?
the SNL 40th reunion party.
And what'd you do?
I just, tapped on the shoulder. No, I didn't even tap on the shoulder. We was kind of at the bar, but our shoulders touched. And she was just like, oh, excuse me. And she was like, hey. And I was like, hey. And I said, I think I said,
This is already bad what you did right there. Already that response is bullshit.
It wasn't even a...
Let me run into Rihanna, man.
Trust me, bro.
Oh, my God.
It wasn't even
God, Rihanna, hi.
It wasn't even running into her. It was just, your shoulders touch, you look who it is, and when you see who it is, it wasn't a shit my pants type of moment. It was just oh, hey. But then the fakeness, when I made eye contact, the fakeness was when she said, it's crazy. I was like, yeah, crazy. I'm Finesse, by the way. She said, nice to meet you. And I did the So
no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
See, that's this.
You did not fucking do that. That's cringy. That's cringy, bro.
But here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest. Here's the thing that happened in the moment of me meeting this girl. When I tell you, everybody was at this party. I cannot stress enough, from Beyonce to Jay-Z to Tom Brady to Rudy Giuliani to every person, Prince, Chappelle.
Okay, cool. Because I was going to say the first four.
Rudy
Giuliani.
It was a New York.
Steve from the
Leonardo
Parkers.
DiCaprio.
Fucking the original Ronald McDonald. I mean, when I say everybody, I mean the owner of Kangaroo Shoes. You remember that? Donald Sketcher, the guy that started Skechers. When I say everybody, I mean the bassist from the Monkees, the drummer from Drumline.
Get me.
What the fuck are you talking about for that? Name the ones we want to hear. Prince.
Yes,
Eddie Murphy.
You know what? I didn't even hear where I started.
You started at the bottom of the fucking list.
You know what I did?
When it tailed off.
You know what I kind of did?
That was the part of the list where you go,
that shit was different. All of them,
the ones off the top of your head should have been Prince. Like right away.
Prince was there.
Prince.
Chappelle
Rudy
had walked behind me.
Giuliani was your first goddamn pick.
Did I say Rudy first?
Yes, you said Rudy
We're gonna re-edit
Giuliani.
that. Put a mark.
No, don't put a mark. You leave that shit in there.
God.
Rudy
Giuliani was in this bitch.
Oh my
Holy
God.
I mean, all
shit.
the
The clown from
A-listers.
It. The clown from It.
Carrot Top. Stand-in was there.
Gallagher 2. His identical brother was there.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And right in the moment of where you're supposed to say her name, I said, and it was done after that.
Why did you do that?
I couldn't. It went from like whole shit to this Rihanna to I'm about to say her name, and Rihanna did not come. I said, and it was just one of those moments. Now,
hey, shit happens. What's the appropriate?
To that?
No, I'm saying
he should have just shit on himself. That would have been the equivalent.
I should have just let loose there.
You should have just went and bye, and then run to your car.
Hey, bro,
I gotta go.
There
have been many moments where I fumbled. Many moments where I fucked up. If Rihanna was the girl, say you didn't fumble, and Rihanna was the girl.
Yeah.
And she said, "Okay, I love you, Joe, but and you gotta go." Like I feel uncomfortable.
I would go like this. River.
There it is. You would.
You know Rudy Giuliani's right there. That's Rudy Giuliani.
There it is. There it is. Ladies, let me tell you something. Everybody keeps saying that, like, there ain't no smart dudes out there. Like, you know, when you got something great or a great situation, I don't know. Would you gamble it? There ain't no sense of gambling if you got it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But you're in a weird situation. Not a weird situation. You're in a different situation. You are single, kind of looking, but it's hard to look. But you're keeping your eye out. But you cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's a hard place to be in.
Yeah.
Because at this point in your life and career, Joe, you just got to be like, yeah, I know you know me.
Yeah.
So now let's just see if we get.
And I have to.
You have to.
I have to be that way. I have a lot. I have a lot in stake, man. But here's the thing: I want everyone. This might end it right here. This might end any girl that's interested in me. It's an ironclad to get to anything that I own. It is all under my son's name. It is buried under papers, ladies. So I'm just putting that out there right now.
Do you want another kid? Do you want another kid?
No. I wanted to be completely silent.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's a huge. That's huge.
Could you take an infant at this time in your life? Could you?
Oh, I could, because I love kids, but I'm just like, man, my career. It took me 30 years to get here. This is my 31st year.
Right.
So it's like I'm enjoying this, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm enjoying just being able to up and go wherever I want to go.
Yeah.
Just buy what I want to buy. You know, I'm reaping.
Totally different from my life,
bro.
2 little girls,
mixed nuts. Your kid is never gonna know mixed nuts.
She's never
gonna know that about you.
Hey, let me tell you how to reach us today. Let me tell you how to reach us today. I will need you to call that 818-814-6241. 814-6241. Yo, that's how you reach us. That's how you get through. Leave me a message. And we'll get back to you. I said, that's how you reach us. That's how you get through. Leave me a message. Hey, we'll get back to.
We'll get back to you.
We'll get back to.
We gon' get back to you.
818-814-6241.
You remember when I showed you my son's afro?
Yeah.
And I do a joke on stage where I go, you know, my son tells the teacher, by the way, it's a true story. He told the teacher he's half black, and she asked him, how'd you find out about that? And he goes, the 23andMe. He said that to her. He lied. And I go, did you tell her that you were joking? He's like, nope. And like, you got to fucking tell her. Right. Because now she thinks you're half black. Right. Like, you can't do that. So anyways, like Angie and I, we did our research, and we pull up the original Aboriginal Filipinos, the mountains of the Philippines. They're black people. They are black people. And that's why the Filipinos have hair like that, like my son's. Right. And we pulled up a photo. I can't remember. I'm sorry, you guys, if you're mad that I don't know the name of, but they are Aboriginal. And identical to my son. We found my son's father on Google. Big ass afro, had the red tribal, the garb around his waist. He had the machete, dark skin, just black. And I'm like, yeah, man, my son has black. My son you know what I mean? Like, definitely. It's crazy. It's so crazy to see it, because my son, you saw it, bro.
I saw it.
That's deep. Like, that's from bloodline from
exactly
few generations back, but it came back.
FaceTime the other day, setting this up, and his son is playing basketball in underwear.
Yeah.
And was it flip flops or
flip-flops.
Was it in flip flops?
Very Filipino.
Flip flops. Playing basketball.
Yes.
And he said, Joe, come say hi. And he comes to the camera and he's like, hey, he said, look at his hair. I'm like, yeah, what's up,
Afro, man? Like this.
Afro big as day. I was like, test him to see if he's your son and tell him to put his dick up. That's all. You can't come that close to the lens. Because right now I'm thinking his dad real black right now. Joe, tell that young man put his dick up, get it out my damn
so
face.
Funny, dude.
I'm eating cereal and shit.
So funny, dude. You know, his son, my son and Jo Koy's son are like almost best friends, man. They're always hanging out. It's so crazy.
I love our community.
Yeah, I love it. And I love the fact that they didn't know that.
That's even doper.
Yeah, they had no idea. They just, now they know. Now they know that Jo Koy and Jo Koy used to, know each other back in the day. Right. And now we have this relationship, me and Jo Koy. So it's rekindled through our kids.
Watch this smooth transition.
Yes.
Does it offend you when they say Black Lives Matter?
Does it offend me? Why would that offend me? There's black people in my family.
All right.
My son is black. My sister's
By
married
way
to
of
a
Rudy
black.
Giuliani.
My sister's married to a black man, Andre, and of course.
No, but I'm just like I get why other people are saying all lives matter. But I just want to know where your stance.
Yeah, but it's a completely different thing. Like
Right.
that's not what that is, and that's why when people say that, the offense isn't. We know all lives matter. Right. That's not what we're talking about right now. It's what's happening right now and why this is important. So when you say that, it's like that's not what we're pushing right now, motherfucker. Like
right.
there's an agenda. There's something that needs to be done now, and this is what we're talking about, and this is the movement. So yeah, I get why that people get mad. Like that would piss me off because you're not listening.
Right. I get why people get mad, but it is definitely coming from a place of you're not even trying to listen.
Yeah.
It's almost like the flag and the kneeling with Kaepernick, not even trying to actually hear what the guy is saying.
Yeah.
And if you're going to run with your own story, then okay. But I can't fight you against your own story. I'm not going to go back and forth and argue with you.
Yeah.
You're never going to just say, oh, okay, I understand. Because once you say it once and we're still arguing about it, then it's like, okay.
Yeah, now it's annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so I just wanted to know, having a black son and just is being tough in the streets right now. You know what I'm saying? Had to have the black Filipino / when the cops come, put your hands on. Did you get your son to talk? How old is your son now?
My son is 17 now.
Oh, you gave him the talk.
The what?
The talk about.
Are you talking about that?
Yeah.
Nah, man.
You never gave him the talk about cops.
I'm sorry. Wait, now you're throwing me off because you said the talk.
No, the talk about.
Because the talk usually
not
means,
the sex talk.
Yeah, because you got confused too. Don't act like you did it. Because I'm like, we went from Black Lives Matter to.
Did you talking about put on a condom?
You talking about putting on a condom, right?
Just talking about putting on a condom.
It's in the same module.
No, man. I have 2 little girls. As a father, I think it's. I don't even think it's now. I think it's to the point where everybody got to have a talk with your son. Especially if you have a son, because we have so much testosterone.
Yeah. You
have to say, "Hey, man. By the way, if you do ever get pulled over, just make sure you do X, Y, and Z."
Yeah.
So I don't know.
100%. I don't know how to say this without saying it wrong, but this generation is a lot smarter than we think. Mm-hmm. And when you and I were coming up, we really, really depended on Dan Rather at 6 o'clock to tell us what's happening in the world. Mm-hmm. Whereas now the world
is on your phone,
is telling you what Dan Rather doesn't know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like breaking news, motherfucker. Right. Look what I got on IG Live.
Right.
You know what I mean? Breaking news, Facebook Live. Look what's happening. This culture knows that, you know what I mean? And they live by that. My son doesn't know what fucking TV is. He doesn't know what, I don't know even what it's called anymore. Primetime news. You remember when they used to have that? Yeah. That doesn't exist in this kid's, they don't know what that is. They know real-time news and real shit without reporters. We don't need your biased or unbiased opinion. We don't give a fuck how you read the teleprompter because you need to stay a certain way when you deliver the news. Motherfucker, look what's happening to this dude right here.
Right.
And this generation lives by that.
And they can find it. When I tell you young people know how to find any type of content, they know exactly where to go.
It's there. It's in the palm of their hands. And you know, back in the day, in the palm of your hands was a
dick.
No. Did we have the talk yet? Did we have the talk yet? Now that you know your son is part Aboriginal, have you had the talk yet?
Showers went from like 5 minutes to like 20-minute goddamn hot showers.
My son has Sonos in his. I'm not Jacob. Am I lying? Jacob's my my everything. He's my social guy, assistant guy, everything. He's around Joe 24/7. When Joe takes a shower, bro, and the Sonos is on. Am I right? On 10 for 20 minutes, this kid is in a nightclub. Right. It is the only nightclub where it's legal to jerk off with shampoo. Right. And he comes out as if he didn't jerk off.
Right.
And we all have to pretend. We all have to look at him and pretend like, hey, man, that shower was good, huh?
Right.
Did you use conditioner?
Right. Hair dry as fuck.
Hair dry as fuck.
Water didn't even, back of the neck didn't even touch the shower.
Conditioner bottle. Empty. Hair dry as fuck. Still has dandruff. This kid is at a nightclub, bro. Hey, nightclub jerking off to little Uzi Vert, little Key, just going ham. Killing it in there.
Man, different times, but the same time.
Same time.
Same thing we did, but now to goddamn Google. Hey, Google.
Yeah.
Play little.
Hey, Google.
Play little Uzi Vert.
Play little Uzi Vert.
Featuring Rudy Giuliani and this bitch.
I can't wait for Google to we were talking about this in the car. I was like, I can't wait for them to make the app where it responds, because they're working on it now. Robots are going to respond in real time and understand conversation. And I can't wait for it to respond back to these kids. Like Google, little Uzi Vert played on 10. No problem, little Joe. Are you getting ready to jerk off? Yes, I am, motherfucker. Enjoy your time. Do you want Amazon to order more shampoo?
Hilarious.
It's there.
That is it. That is.
It is 25 minutes. You should have came already. You're only 17. This is your 12th song. You played Little Uzi Vert twice. We want to high five each other. Fucking COVID is fucking us up, man.
Reach him. My people. Jeannie, you good?
All good.
Hey, man. I told you, I got goosebumps. Joe looking at me right now. I really appreciate you coming out and rocking with me. When I say, if you have not tuned into any of his specials, make sure you do. That's Jo Koy, everybody, my friend. Please rate and subscribe. Please let a person know, understand this exists. And one more again, I had one more friend sitting across from your host. I'm your boy, Finesse Mitchell. Thank y'all for coming out. We love you.
That was dope. I love you, man.
Peace.
Man, that was good.